Everyone sees the same version of Southwest Florida at first. Sunshine, palm trees, beaches, warm weather. It looks like paradise. And for a lot of people, it is paradise. But here's what most don't realize until it's too late. The biggest mistake people make moving to Southwest Florida has nothing to do with hurricanes. It has nothing to do with the heat. It has nothing to do with the cost. It's moving here and choosing a lifestyle that actually doesn't fit for them. We've seen that mistake cost people their happiness, and sometimes it ends up costing them a lot of money. So stick with us, because if you're even thinking about moving here to Southwest Florida, this video could save you from getting it wrong. So before we get into it, if you're even thinking about moving to Southwest Florida, or maybe you already live here, you need to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and drop us a comment on where you're coming from. So what is the real problem? Most people come down here and fall in love with the idea of Florida. They're in vacation mode, drinks in hand, sunsets, dolphin tours, days at the beach. And who wouldn't think this is it? Let's go. Life is grand. But living here full time, it's totally different. You're running to appointments, you're living life, you might be going to work, you might not if you're retired, but you've got appointments and routines. And that's when it shows up. We recently worked with some clients who moved here from Rhode Island looking for peace and quiet. They actually worked with another agent and team when they moved down here, and they thought they found the perfect spot. They bought a former model home. It was gorgeous, had a water view, a beautiful pool and spa, and a highly amenitized community. And they were looking for peace and quiet, and they thought they found it. But instead, what turned out is that that community was definitely not the right fit for the lifestyle they were looking to live. It did not offer them the peace and quiet, but the house, it definitely checked all the boxes. And once they realized, they knew that they were going to have to go ahead and sell the property, it did come at a financial cost for them. However, luckily we were able to get that house sold for them and able to help them work through what is the lifestyle that they're looking for and narrow down what was the right community fit for them, plus property style, etc., for the lifestyle they're looking to live. And we're really happy to say that it's been a great decision. The second move has been a good one for them because they're not wanting to move again at this point. They want this to be their Florida home. So it can happen, the lifestyle mismatch. Let's set up the scenario. You find the perfect house. It's the colors that you want. It's decorated how you want. It's got the upgrades you're looking for. In the neighborhood, it's nice and quiet. And at first, amazing. You think this is exactly what I was looking for. But sometimes after living somewhere for 3 or 6 months, that quiet isn't so great anymore. Feels isolated. There's no energy, no connection with people. And we've seen the flip side. I want to be in a community that's super active, where there's a ton of stuff going on, where there's all kinds of people and there's all kinds of events and activities. And instead, what you get is it feels like too much, and it can be really overwhelming. They think they want to be in the middle of everything, but then they realize that they're looking for something that's just a little quieter when push comes to shove. And let's face it, there is no right or wrong buyers and sellers that we're going to be working with, people who are looking to buy homes. We really want to nail down what is the lifestyle you are looking to live. All right, so let's talk about some communities and make this real. Babcock Ranch up in Punta Gorda. You may or may not have heard of Babcock Ranch, but this one's a little different. It's solar powered. They've got lots of walking trails. It's got a growing community and a growing town center. There is always something happening up in Babcock. So if you're looking for energy and community, this might be a great spot for you to consider. What you need to know, it is inland. So you're a little farther away from the beaches. Just have to know that. If that's important to you to be close to the beaches, then Babcock might not be the place for you. It does feel like it's a little bit out in the middle of nowhere, but it is continuing to grow. More commercial, more restaurants continuing to come. So Babcock is going to continue to grow like that for the next, forever, frankly. They have a lot of land still that they're expanding into. If you're looking for new construction that gives you a lot of value and bang for the buck, if you're okay being a little further away from the beach, then Babcock might be a great spot for you to consider. They have their own schools within there. They have a really cool town center. Again, they're continuing to bring in more parks, more trails, more communities. There are all types of price points in there. So if that appeals to you, Babcock could be the place for you. But if you're looking to go to the beaches with frequency, I would seriously consider taking this one off your list. There can be a lot of traffic getting in and out of Babcock. All the infrastructure is not complete there. It's still a 2-lane road to get in and out, as we have in a few places here in Southwest Florida. But if you're more of a homebody and you're good having all of that available once you get there, they do have almost everything that you need within the area at this point. You might have to still drive about 20 minutes to get to Target at this point, but if you're good with that, keep it on your list. Now let's talk about Fort Myers. Fort Myers is going to give you some convenience and some value. Fort Myers, it is a big landmass of area, so you have stuff downtown closer to the river. That is a really cool little area. If you like a more urban lifestyle, there are some high-rise condos down there. It is walkable down in the downtown Fort Myers area. Outside of downtown though, it's definitely more community driven, not as walkable. You do need to get in your car and drive. And there are some pockets that are very busy. There is a lot of traffic. There is a lot of population within certain areas within Fort Myers. But you have strong healthcare with Lee Health, lots of restaurants, lots going on, and a lot of different home types that you can choose from. It is very active. It is manageable. I do find that there's areas up there that definitely have more traffic, but you are pretty close to just about anything in Fort Myers. Who is Fort Myers perfect for? Well, if you're looking for an urban living, checking out the downtown area, if you want to be close to the airport, there's going to be a lot of great options within Fort Myers. And you get a little more value in Fort Myers. We're going to continue to talk about that. So depending on what your budget is, what you're looking to do with your time, the lifestyle you're looking to live, there's probably a great few options for you to choose from in Fort Myers. Now let's talk about the up-and-comer, and that's Estero. Highly amenitized community. It's got a small town feel. Estero is actually a village, but it is growing. And if you head out east on Corkscrew Road, you will see exactly what I mean. Tons of new growth coming, new communities coming just east of 75. One of the things that is so great about Estero is the location. It's only 15 to 20 minutes to the international airport. You're about 25 minutes to Naples. You're about 15 to 20 minutes to Fort Myers. You're just a handful of minutes to Bonita, about 25 to 30 minutes to the beaches. It is so centrally located, and it really is bringing a lot of people and a lot of excitement. And I do believe that that is part of it. The other thing you need to know about Estero is it is very HOA driven. So there's over 45 gated communities just in Estero, and they are going up and counting. Estero is the epicenter of lifestyle living, especially with the HOA. Now, those communities though, they're not for everyone. So there are pros and cons to living in an HOA. In fact, we've got a video about it here on the channel, but you do need to know that it does come with some rules if you're going to be living in an HOA. But on the flip side, it also comes with having all those amazing amenities that make you feel like you're living on vacation. And in fact, we live right in Estero, so we have helped so many people up and down the Corkscrew Corridor. We definitely like to say that we are absolutely experts. We have lived in many of those neighborhoods ourselves within the Corkscrew Corridor because we do move a lot, and we have some fun examples of people. In fact, because of this amazing channel, we do sometimes see people in the wild. So I would encourage you, if you see us out and about, please stop and say hi. I was showing property in Verdana Village one day, showing some new construction, and while I was walking through the models, somebody said to me, "Oh my gosh, I watch your YouTube channel." And I had an opportunity to meet him and his wife, who have since then worked with us to build their beautiful Southwest Florida dream home and have become good friends. So we get to go and enjoy some meals out and enjoy all that Southwest Florida has to offer. But it never would have happened if he wouldn't have reached out and said hi to me. So if you see us out and about, please say hey, because we want to talk to you and we want to meet you. All right, now we're going to shift to Naples. And this is not going to surprise you, but Naples, this is where the luxury's at. So if you are looking for a luxury lifestyle, Naples is going to deliver that for you. Dining, shopping, beaches, Fifth Avenue, There are definitely a lot of high-end shops, restaurants, and communities in Naples, and there's a lot of other awesome options in Naples as well. So depending on location and where you're at is going to vary what type of price point and what type of property you're looking at. So we always say, the closer to Naples and Fifth Avenue on Naples, the more expensive the real estate. The closer you get to the Gulf of Mexico, the more expensive the real estate. But there are a lot of awesome options in Naples, and as you get closer to Fifth Avenue and that downtown Naples area, that is also a very walkable area. So a lot of people are really drawn. You're close to the beaches down there, and you're close to all the fabulousness that comes with Tin City and downtown and Fifth Avenue and everything that happens around there. Naples is a place where we sometimes will see people stretch themselves financially to be able to live the lifestyle that Naples affords. There is a reason that Naples continues to be placed on all of the top places to live, top places to retire lists. And if you have not been, you absolutely want to take a trip and spend some time in Naples. So here's something that people don't always think about until they actually move here, because when you're on vacation, you kind of don't have the same type of time restrictions that you've got if you're actually living here full time, because you're on island time, vacation time, right? Everything moves slower when you're on vacation. At least for us, it does. But once you live here and you're trying to get to your appointments and you're trying to get to the grocery store or wherever you might be trying to go, you will realize that it is a little busy here, especially in season when our population increases by over 30%. There are a lot more cars on the road, and I will mention, a lot of times those people don't live here, so they don't know where they're going. That doesn't actually make anything run smoother. It actually makes it a little more challenging, to be honest. So that 30-minute drive on vacation, that can start to add up if it's taking you that long to get to the doctor, if it's taking you that long to get to the grocery store, if it's taking you that long to get to the beach. Again, it all depends on where you're coming from, but it is pretty common for things to take 20 to 30 minutes, and then in season, sometimes even longer. So you just have to know that. It's a different vibe when you live here full time versus being here on vacation. We do hear this a lot from clients, that they are surprised by how much traffic is here. Now, this does depend on where you come from. I used to commute in Chicago, so I had a 17-mile commute. And if you've lived in a city with a commute like Chicago or Atlanta or one of the other big spots, we don't even talk in miles, we talk in time. So while I lived 17 miles door to door from my house to my company, that was typically a 45-minute drive. If I left the house at the wrong time, it might be an hour and 20-minute drive. And heaven forbid it snow or rain, that became an hour and 30-minute drive to go 17 miles. And if you're from one of those markets, you know what I'm talking about. So I really try to keep myself in check when I look at a higher day of driving where I'm in the car a little bit longer, because I've gotten a little spoiled, honestly, because most of the year we have no issues with traffic, but in season it can be tough, and you just need to account for it. Tough to get around the roads, tough to get into the best restaurants, but that's what you get for wanting to live in paradise. They are working on our infrastructure here, and we continue to see more improvements coming on our roads. It's maybe coming a little behind, but that seems to be how it goes sometimes. In fact, we've got multiple exits off of 75 that are putting in the diverging diamond. Have you been on one of these diverging diamond interchanges before? They are so crazy. When I rode, the first one I did was up in Sarasota, where they've already got these in play. We now have them on Daniels, and they are in progress in other exits with coming on and off of 75. It's crazy. It looks like you're driving into traffic. But I will say, it definitely does help the flow of traffic. It has gotten a lot better at the Colonial and 75 interchange. So I'll be glad to see that put into place up and down the interstate, because it will make it so much better for all of us. All right, you have to be careful of the amenities trap. This happens all the time, and we see people, you walk in, and because you feel like you're on vacation, it's like, this is phenomenal. Resort style pool, crazy gym, restaurants on site sometimes, amazing amenities, tennis, pickleball, all the things. And then you move here and you realize that you don't even use them. So this does happen a lot. We do see this, and it's just something that you need to be aware of as we're talking about what lifestyle are you looking to live. Because a lot of us think like, oh, I will use this all the time. Or how about this one? My grandkids are going to come visit and they are going to love this. But how often do they actually come? And what happens if you're not actually using it is you just start thinking about all the money that's going to those amenities every month. Same goes for bundled golf or joining a golf club. So again, We just want to take time to really think about what is realistic, what are you going to use, how do you envision living here when you're going to be moving here, because all of these things, they're important. All right, so let's talk about how do you get it right. First thing you can do is come visit in season. Come experience the traffic. Come see how busy the restaurants are. Because yes, we are busier in season. And our main season is really January, February, March, moving into April. But we now have shoulder seasons that are getting more popular. So people start coming back in October, and we're seeing them stay through April, sometimes even May. But the meat of our season is January, February, March, pretty much up to Easter. All right, the other thing you want to do when you're here, live like a local. Pretend like it's going to be a normal day. Gotta run to the grocery store. Gotta run to the doctor's office. Whatever it is that you might think you need to do, but run errands, see how much time it actually takes to get in and out of places so that you know what it would feel like with real life. We talk about this a lot when we go through our wish list. You have got to know your non-negotiables. Do you need to live close to the beach? If yes, my next question is going to be, how close to the beach do you need to be? Because close to the beach means something different to everyone. Do you need to be close to your doctor? Do you want to be close to restaurants? Like, what are the ways and what are the non-negotiables that are going to be really important for you when you live in Florida? Okay, listen, and be honest about your habits. How do you live your life today? Because the truth is, it's probably not going to change that much, except for the location. Yeah, you might have the ability to be outside more. You might have the ability to work out more. Maybe you're retiring and you're going to have more time on your hands. But you need to think about things like, do you currently eat out a lot at restaurants? Because if you do, that's probably not going to change when you move to Florida. So you just need to be prepared for that. And don't set yourself up with expectations that you're not going to meet. So be real honest about who you are, how you want to live, how do you live today? Because while there might be some small tweaks, it's not going to probably all change. It's not like you're blowing everything up and you eat out 5 days a week now, but you're not going to when you move. Maybe it gets a little better because you're retired, but the reality is if you like to eat out, you're probably going to keep liking to eat out. This is a big one because I can talk to you about this and I can give you my opinion. There's certain things that we're not supposed to share information on. We can't be steering people with any certain kinds of information to communities. But when you're here, talk to people. Ask them how do they like living here. When I'm out showing property, I will often say if we run across somebody in the wild while we're walking or doing an amenity tour, is I will start asking them questions to try to bring them into conversation, and that's so that you can ask whatever questions you've got, because that person will be able to answer freely, and usually they're going to tell you the truth. So whether it's similar to what I'm telling you or not, you're going to get some good intel by asking questions of people when we're out and about, and that is the best way that you can get real truth about what you can expect moving to Southwest Florida. So based on all this that I'm telling you today, I think you can see why this is why we spend so much time up front when we're working with new clients. We want to spend time going through the wish list. This is why we ask you to spend some time thinking about it, because we have all kinds of questions on there that are going to help us try to filter out for you what is the lifestyle you're looking to live, what is the budget, how much are you willing to spend on amenities, are you going to rent it? That we have all kinds of questions. Do you have pets? Because that matters here too. Do you need a fence? Do you want to be able to fish? All these different things, and this is why we really want to narrow that down to help us as we move forward. Like I said, in Estero alone, we have 45 gated community options. So now if we add Bonita and we add Naples and we add Fort Myers, that list gets pretty long and can be pretty overwhelming. And that's why we're here as your advisors to help you try to start narrowing that down and focus where you want your lifestyle to be. At the end of the day, we have so many phenomenal options for you to move to here in Southwest Florida, and it is critical that we make sure that you're getting into the lifestyle that you're looking for. There is no right or wrong. There's only what's right for you. We have so many awesome opportunities depending on what budget you've got, what type of amenities you want, how close you want to be to the beach, etc. So many choices. And when you get it right, Southwest Florida living, it truly is living in paradise. So if you're thinking about making a move, you want to start talking, want to go through the wish list to see what's going to be the best fit for you, please reach out. You can find us on social media. You can contact us directly at 239-776-6872. You can schedule time using the Calendly link down below. And someone from our team would love to talk through this with you and start getting set up to figure out what it is that you want to live What lifestyle is it if you decide to move to Southwest Florida? We're having conversations with clients every day, and we would love to help you get clear on the lifestyle that you want to live. Please drop us a comment below if you have any questions. And if you want to get a deeper dive into one of our communities here, you should definitely check out our Verdana Village video. This is one of our most popular communities right now in Estero. They are still selling new construction. They also have resale, but it will give you a great look into why everyone wants to move to Southwest Florida and why they're so intrigued and interested in living in a neighborhood that offers resort style amenities. So give it a watch and let me know what you think.